Hello and welcome to Arcade Couch's bonus episode for this week. We're going to be talking about all things Xbox Bethesda and a couple of other showcases because we've already talked Summer Game Fest. You can catch that on the regular episode that dropped Monday morning, but we're back for a few more. It's that time of the year. It's non-E3 time. Joining me, Ashley Hobley.
Hey John, excited to be here on a showcase where they probably spent more money on licensed music than they did on the actual games.
Wow, I don't know if that's exactly true, but I'll say here,
It feels like it was a lot.
I'll say Kieran Marchant.
I feel like that is a fucking spicy hot take to be out of the gates.
They used a lot of licensed music, is what I'm saying.
Well, you can do that when you know.
Nobody's getting. None of these reaction videos are being monetized.
Exactly.
They're all being claimed.
Yeah, did they? Oh no, that's a whole different thing. I guess people were co-streaming it, so there mustn't have been any issues.
It should be fine. Maybe YouTube gets it, but at the same time, it's probably.
Yeah, they're not making any money, but they won't be like copyright strikes yet.
Depends if it's the original version or if it was like a cover made specifically for the game.
True.
Because they did a cover of Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Hey, and that was a different cover. That sounded nothing like Somewhere Over the Rainbow, but the words.
That's true.
So it is Monday at 3 a.m. this morning. The Xbox Bethesda conference took place. The ridiculous time of 3 a.m.
Why?
I hate it. It's literally the worst time, I think, for any conference. I'd much rather 2.
See, which one was worse, 3 a.m. or 4 a.m.?
No, 3 a.m.
No, 3 a.m.'s worse because 4 a.m. is at a point where you're like, I'll just go to bed at like 10, 11 and I'll get up for 4. 3 a.m. is borderline where you're like, I could stay up and like wait this out, or do I get up?
That's the problem. I would much rather 4. I'd much rather 4 and I'd go to sleep.
I feel like
and get up and
either
then watch
4
it
or
and stay
2.
up. And I'm good.
Either 4 or 2, not 3.
Yeah.
Go one way or the other. Make it an obvious and easy decision.
Yeah. 3 right in the middle? No, fuck that shit.
Don't know.
But yeah, got up. I think we all got up to watch it, so well done us. Good job.
Good work, team.
Let's go around. So let's just do a overall thoughts on the show. What you'd rate it using the Explosion Network thumb system, and then if you have a favorite game, you can shout that out, and we'll do a deep dive when we get to it in the actual list here. But Ash, starting with you.
I guess I have to give it 2 thumbs up on this rating. I mean, it was a good showcase. It was probably, it didn't have the surprises. I feel like it didn't have like new game surprises. It's like, hey, guess what? This is coming to Xbox. Those were the type of surprises they had. Or, hey, there's this dude. He's working with us. That kind of thing. But yeah, lots of games, but a lot of games that were missing. Or studios that were missing, I think. So, yeah. I think Redfall still would be my pick. Had a good showing at the top of the show. Good trailer even though it used licensed music and used the same chorus bit twice in the trailer, which I don't think any other game could get away with. But yeah.
It worked. It was a 5-minute trailer, so they had to stretch the song out. It's only like a 3-minute song,
Yeah.
Kieran, rating, favorite game, what are the overall thoughts?
I give it 2 thumbs up. I thought this was overall. I think it was a great show. I think Microsoft is now putting themselves in a position, thanks to Game Pass, where their shows have something for everybody. Like, there's not just there has to be. I don't believe it when somebody's like, I don't like anything from this show. There has to be something. There's such a variety of games and variety.
What if they just love sports games? Nothing.
There's racing games in there.
There was racing games. Racing is a sport. You fuck right off. Racing is a sport. But no, I think 2 thumbs up. I think when you look at this with the kind of the 2 caveats that Microsoft have put on themselves, that everything in this is coming out in. They worded it the next year, right? Not the next 12 months.
Next 12 months.
Next 12
months. Okay, because that's a bit different. So the next 12
Kieran,
months
I don't know if you know this, but a year is the same as 12 months.
No.
Yeah.
In the next year, in the next year, they could stretch it out to be the end of next year.
If they said the next year, they could. The wording may mean 2023.
2023.
If they were saying the next year, I would imagine.
If they said 12 months, it would be from now until the 13th of June.
12 months is clarifying that it's before this time next year.
That's what I mean. Thanks, Ashley. You can...
I mean,
I
just want to say
get
12 months because it's a bigger
Yeah.
number.
I get what you're saying, Kieran. I get it.
But it's very different. If they've come in with this as the next 12 months, they've come in with this, and everything on this show comes in Games Pass.
Not everything.
Not everything.
Not everything.
What was-
Nearly everything.
Okay.
Not everything. Activision stuff. Not all. I don't think any of their stuff, or if not all of it. Maybe like Diablo. I can't remember.
Oh,
what it was,
like
but
Diablo.
A lot of the
and
Activision
Overwatch.
stuff
Fair.
wasn't. So
Fair.
a
But
lot,
for a majority
90%
of
of the show definitely
Most
was.
of it, yeah.
90% of the show, I will correct myself, 90% of the show is all on Game Pass. How, we're in a world now where you watch a showcase conference and you're going to be able to play these games without picking and choosing which game you play or pick or buy. If you have Game Pass, I think that's fantastic. I've got a joint too.
That's fine.
Between Pentiment and The Last Case of Benedict Fox. I think
I'm surprised
both for very
that
different
your
reasons.
top pick wasn't Overwatch, but we can come back to that later.
Overwatch is. I feel like I'm not allowed to. Overwatch is.
You can do whatever you want, but
Overwatch is in a weird spot where I'm not okay with it being my favorite thing. Like, it was very surprising when it was there, and we'll talk about it when we get there.
Yeah.
But in terms of just refreshing and new, I think both of those games really showed optimism and promise from within this show.
I'm going one up, one down on our double scale. I think
You
it
were
was,
like right at the high end, though. You were like, man, I want them to smash it out of the park. I want them to like.
I think that there's a very solid 12 months of games here. I think there is not a single thing here that helps sell a console aside from Game Pass. I mean specifically console. I like, because that's the thing. Like, you could be like, oh, Starfield.
Yeah.
Starfield's on PC, right? Let's settle down.
There's nothing to get people to buy a console this Christmas period.
No, there's nothing coming up big time here. And I mean, in a world where, and I feel like the competition's currently low, we're waiting for God of War to still lock in a release date, even though we'll discuss stuff about that.
That
But
ain't happening.
We'll
That
get
ain't
to that.
we'll
happening.
get to that. But the currently Sony just has The Last of Us Part 1 locked in for September, which is like a remake. So, that currently the bar's pretty low as for what your competition is. And I don't think Xbox has any major title at all for this Christmas holiday and season. There's like nothing in here. The big major players from this thing that would attract core audience gamers, I think, start the show and end the show. So Redfall and Starfield, I think, are the two major core games here, and neither are coming until next year.
Yeah, they both got pushed,
Do you
unfortunately.
think though that Microsoft / Xbox are now not so much in the business of selling consoles, but now in the business of
Yes.
selling? They're in the
don't care.
business of are in the business of selling Game Pass.
I think I'm being critical while understanding the issue is most likely COVID still. Like that's still the major problem.
Also, COVID, and also how many I don't know because I don't have to worry about it anymore. But how hard is it to get your hands on consoles right now?
it's still hard depending on exactly where you are. Xbox Series X.
But with Xbox fast delivery or whatever, it's easy delivery. It just gives you whatever the best version is. Every one of these is on Xbox One as well, right?
No, it doesn't matter. You need an Xbox Series X. The Series X recently was posted up on EB Games, and it was the first time it didn't sell out like instantaneously. Like there was units up 24 hours later. So I don't know if that says that everyone who wants Xbox has got one, or like people don't care. But PS5s are still the number one, like hard to
Must
find
have.
gold nugget. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going one up, one down. I definitely feel like it was a well-paced show. I was never bored. I absolutely love that the minimum amount of people on stage talking was for games that deserved it, needed it, and even those times they were very short and to the point. I love the whole just trailer into trailer into trailer and trailer. I felt like everything was just put out well. My criticism is simply there was no big banger in here, which is, so that's why I'm going one
There
up,
was no
one down.
out of nowhere AAA studio game that was,
Or even
like we already.
it could have even been Hellblade 2. Like it doesn't need to be oh my god, I
Yes.
didn't know they were making this.
But sorry,
like-
when I say we didn't know, it's stuff we knew. If you asked before, we knew Redfall was going to be on the show. We knew Starfield was going to be on this show. We didn't know if Hellblade was going to be on this show. We didn't know if Avowed was going to be on this show. We
Avowed
didn't
is-
know. Yeah, exactly. We didn't know what other
The
big
rare
titles
game,
were going to be on
what
that show.
Fabled, Rare Game.
Fable,
yeah.
yeah.
There's a bunch of other studios, but yeah, any of those big
Indiana
players,
Jones, yeah.
Indiana Jones, any of those big time players is what I needed. Just one of them, one of those games to be here to sort of push this
Even
up.
if it was just the one more thing,
Yeah.
Sure, we said every game was going to be this next 12 months, but
Like Phil Spencer at the
we're
end
really
is like,
excited about one
Phil
thing.
Spencer right at the end's like, this next game is not
But
coming.
I think-
We cannot promise this is coming in the next 12 months. We wanted to give you a special look.
Do
Here you go.
you look differently on this show if within the next 12 months every game that was shown on it comes out?
No.
If there's no delays,
No.
No? Okay.
No, my criticism still stands. I just don't think Xbox has a big game at all within the next 12 months here.
Wait,
Starfield is still massive.
Right,
and
for the next
Redfield- and
6
Redfall
months,
is
sorry,
still
six
massive.
months, like
6
for this year, in the lead up to
Which
this
is
holiday season.
and then again,
and even then, there were no dates on any of this.
No, yeah, that's the thing.
no. But I think both Redfall and Starfield have been delayed.
Yeah, to next year,
And
and
to next
based on
year.
the
And I
show,
think-
they're releasing before June next year.
Yeah, which I think
Both in March, probably.
how hard is it when you have these two games you had originally planned to come out at the end of this year be moved? You can't instantly hurry up another AAA title to move into that slot.
Yeah, you should throw a bunch of money at another studio.
Hire more people.
Hey,
No, because
Activision.
but isn't that just like
Hey, Ubisoft. Hey, EA. Have you
no? But isn't that just
got
like
something?
isn't that just creating the universe where crunch is a thing?
No, I would say hire more people. Like that. Don't make people work more. Just hire more people. Give more people jobs.
Fair-
How about that?
fair enough.
Yeah, that's a thing. And my pick for my favorite game, Last Case of Bandit Fox. So 2 for 2 on that one. All right, let's get into it from bottom to top. So the show kicked off with a Redfall gameplay reveal. I think it looked like exactly what I thought it was going to be. Like I remember, like obviously we got that trailer last year. I was watching this going, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is like exactly what we all thought it would be, surely.
Yeah.
It looks like it'll be a lot of fun to play in co-op. It looks like I'd get really bored playing it by myself. I like the sort of not fully like serious vibe. Like it's dark, but not. It doesn't seem like it's like completely like dark and dire end of the world. Like it's somewhere having a little bit of fun at the same time. I like the character classes. The gunplay seems like nothing super exciting, but like a fine for the genre maybe. But yeah, I'm like medium on this. If we all like sort of played together, or at least I had someone else to play with or something like that, I could see myself having fun. But Ash, you've been pretty hyped for this since the reveal and everything. So what'd you
Yeah, I
think?
really enjoyed it. I think, it's giving me like Buffy or Supernatural vibes. Like, scary, but like fun at times as well. Throw the humor in there as well. I like all the different characters. It seems like it's going to be like Borderlands-esque, I guess, in that it's a hero shooter. Each character is going to have their own different skill sets, got their own separate skill trees. And then you'll be going through almost, I assume, Back 4 Blood or Left 4 Dead style, going through the world. Looks beautiful, very much like it seems like the next step from Deathloop. Probably more realistic art style than Deathloop. But yeah, I think it looks really cool. They put together a great trailer, and yeah, it looks like it'll be fun if you're playing with friends.
Yeah, Karen.
I think this is great. I think this has all the hallmarks and the identifiers of an Arcane game. Like I think it is, with the added kind of flourishes of this hero shooting, this range of different abilities, the depth, and at least the graphical fidelity of the world. I think Redfall looks great. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to play with, and I hope it's a lot of fun to play throughout. And I think, it's Arcane is now a studio that you, even if it is a different part of Arcane, I think this is Arcane Austin. It's still them as a studio is very much they have their hallmarks, they have their things for you to expect now from any of their games coming forward.
Yep. So next they had Hollow Knight Silk Song, got a trailer here after being missing from the Summer Game Fest showcase, which is where most people were expecting it. This is a weird one because it's cool that they announced it's coming to Xbox Game Pass day one. I guess should be out within the next 12 months, given the whole rule. I think the only thing that gets an exception is the Hideo thing, which we'll get to. But I guess this surely next 12 months. Still
the only other exception is this was before.
This was before they said it. Yes.
So there's a loophole.
And to note, so was Redfall. So if Redfall gets delayed again, they could be like, "Hey, we haven't said it yet, guys. We
said it
have
afterwards."
not. Yeah, it's after the fact.
We said it started now.
I think this is the trailer that definitely would disappoint the most people, because I think most people were expecting the next time we see a trailer for this game, it's going to have a release date.
Yeah.
But it got right to the end, and I was waiting. I'm like, yep, and then went to the next thing. I was like, oh damn,
So,
we didn't get one. So
they playing Game Pass, yeah.
For somebody who has no idea when it comes to Hollow Knight, is this number 2 or is this like a 1.5?
1.5, I guess.
Right?
It's a sequel, but you play as like one of the characters from the first game. So
right,
and I can't remember if it takes place at the exact same time or beforehand. I think maybe it is actually a prequel. I can't remember, but like that's why it's called Hollow Knight. So,
but it's not like canonically, it's not like the next installment of the Hollow Knight franchise. It's like a spin-off.
I mean, I think it started as a smaller expansion, and then I think the story is expanded until it became
its own thing,
its own thing. And now they've spent a long time building upon it. So it is Hollow Knight 2 for all extensive purposes. Next up was High on Life. So this is a new game from Squanch Games, which is the developer of a bunch of those VR silly games. Basically, it's the guy who made it's what's his face from Rick and Morty. Justin Rollins, yeah, that guy. So like, who just does the same voice and everything, which is fine because it's a funny voice. But yeah,
Trevor Saves Universe and Accounting.
That's it. Those two.
VR.
Yeah. But this isn't a VR game. This is a first-person shooter in which you control alien guns who all have personalities and talk to you, and you shoot their children and whatever else is happening. I thought this looked fucking great. I'm all about this. I feel like Justin Roiland's humor is either you're all aboard or you're like, this is dumb and why would anyone find this funny? I don't know if there's an in between for these sorts of things, but I was just all the silly guns and everything. I'm like, it's literally just, hey, imagine Borderlands, but the guns are like, you get heaps of different guns, but the guns are aliens and they have different powers and shit like that. I'm like, yep, that sounds great to me. I'm keen for this. Ash, what do you think of this?
I'm also keen for this as someone who enjoys a lot of the, like, obviously Rick and Morty and the other show he does.
I was like, what?
With the aliens, where he does the same voice.
Yeah, the same voice. He just does the same voice.
He does the same voice. I mean, it's very versatile. This looks like a punch of fun. It looks like it's very funny, and it's hard to do comedy in games. Well, it used to be difficult to do comedy in games. I think we've probably gotten more funny games in the last 10 years than we got in the however long before. But yes, I think it looks really interesting. Apparently, the people have gotten hands on already, so we'll get previews in the next couple of weeks. So excited to find out more.
Karen, are you
See, this game looks. I fell off the Rick and Morty bandwagon when it became a little bit too self-aware for my liking, and the fan base destroyed itself.
So did I for that particular show, because the fan base was
but at the same time, I appreciate there is something that immediately makes you smile as soon as you hear his voice come through. I think this game has no right to look as good as it looks.
It actually does look surprisingly good.
Visually, because we see gameplay in this trailer, looks fucking great. Like the lighting in this looks really cool. The gun design looks really interesting. It's like if to me it was like if Ratchet and Clank was just kind of a lot more.
If all the guns were sentient.
Yeah, if all the guns were sentient and they had that kind of humor related into them. No, I think this is going to be great, and it's exciting to know that it is. Part of. This is on a Game Pass, though, correct? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. This is Game Pass.
This is. I think this is another fantastic addition to the
High
Xbox
on
library.
Life.
Good to see some Australian representation in there with old Knifey.
The knifey. Knifey. Of course,
I always
the
stabs
knifey.
his
Sure, it's a stereotype.
Step.
Pull the eye out.
Yeah.
Gross.
That's
Also,
funny.
Solar Opposites was the show I was thinking of.
Oh, yes.
Bugging me, yeah.
And then we got quite an interesting one. So a partnership between Riot Games and Microsoft was announced. So
This is fucking insane.
yeah, the money behind this I think is going to be massive if we ever find out like what exactly the deal is. So, but Xbox Game Pass members will be getting all champions unlocked, League of Legends, League of Legends Wild Rift when that comes out, or if I guess maybe you play it on your phone and you can link.
No, it's for mobile. Yeah.
It's on
Yeah,
mobile.
it's for mobile. Okay, so when that, so you can link that to your mobile, I guess, and then it signs into your Xbox.
Because, well,
profile.
there's Xbox... Like, isn't there going to be Xbox Game Pass for mobile or something along those lines? I think?
Well, yeah, I mean, you can open. I don't know. We'll have to see how it
Yeah,
works.
I
but-
don't know how it works. I'm interested to see how this works and understand how this works in general.
So all champions unlocked in that as well. Valorant, you'll have all the agents unlocked. Legends of Runeterra, you'll have foundation sets unlocked. And then in Teamfight Tactics, you're going to have select little legends unlocked as part of this service. And presumably this is ongoing. It's not, hey, all champions and agents as of now. Like it's from the way I
it'll
took it,
be
it's
forever.
As long as they
Yeah.
keep paying for it.
as long as they keep
Well, that's
paying for
what
this
that's my
partnership,
thing.
yeah.
Is it? Yeah, as long as I'm interested to know the background mechanics of this. If like you only have them unlocked while you're subscribed to Game Pass. If you
I
stop
will.
the Game
Yes,
Pass,
that is definitely how.
I would
Yes.
assume so. But then my question is, are you starting from scratch? You can't. Will you be able
nah,
to
there'll be some
No.
connect to your
there'll
account?
be
No, you'll be able to connect your account. That would be.
there'll be account.
That would
linking.
be-
There's
So
No
then
one
you'll
would
just
use it.
they'll just remove all the champions from your account when you're not subscribed.
no. They'll so you'll probably have it noted on your account which ones you've purchased and which ones have been unlocked via Game Pass. And so if you unsubscribe from Game Pass, it'll then lock the Game Pass champions off from you.
But then what if you buy skins for the ones that you...
Then they will
That's
be
fine.
locked until
'Cause
you
you can
rebuy
unlock
the
skins.
champion.
You can unlock
Yeah.
skins for characters you don't have because of the 10 character weekly rotation.
Yeah, you can buy a skin for a
Um,
free character, and then when they
Okay.
go, yeah. So it's going to
Yeah.
be no different than that. Yeah. I don't think it's as complicated as all of that. It is a wild partnership, though. It was
Fucking
crazy to
insane.
see this show up in the show. I think this is definitely a good partnership as far as two. Well,
I think
I mean they're both very big companies, but this is only gonna help them like
I also
bridge a
think-
gap into esports for Microsoft
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So
I also think this leads all of the kind of additional games rights working on, hopefully, to come directly to Game Pass in the future.
Yeah,
to
I mean,
have-
it was interesting that they didn't have the Wicked King or whatever it's called. And
I was a little bit disappointed because when it
Hextech,
started, when it started, I was like, "Oh, is that coming to Xbox or to Game Pass?" Because I really love to play that. Like,
Yeah.
could be. So yeah, it's Legends of the witch pirate one, whatever the fuck, and then the other one Hextech Revolt,
Mayhem,
Hextech
yeah.
Mayhem is the one. Yeah, so that's on mobile and
Which you
Switch.
can apparently play on Netflix.
and
apparently.
Ruin King is the other one.
Ruin King
Ruin
is
King,
the
yeah.
RPG, and then I've got a couple others on the way. But yeah, I mean they could be added eventually. That would be pretty cool if they were all added as part of Game Pass as well. So but yeah, I mean this is
But this is when you talk about this being here, plus the Activision Blizzard stuff that's on this show. You're like, oh shit, okay, this is.
yeah.
There's some very interesting pathways going on for Microsoft right now in ways that like Riot. I don't like. It's so interesting Microsoft being this partnership with Riot because like this is a company that I don't think Sony were ever going to be able to form something like this with. Like it
Well,
is.
Yeah, because they don't have a background in PC gaming.
But still, it's like using that advantage of themselves in this way. If you were to turn around to any of us prior to the show and say, "Hey, by the way, in this show, they're going to announce a partnership with Riot and they're going to unlock all this stuff," I think a lot of people would be caught off guard by that, or kind of.
I mean, it's the unlocking of everything. It's like, that's a lot of money. Am I right?
That's a fuck ton of money.
Like, how much money
yeah.
did you spend on League of Legends when you had your addiction?
Oh, I would have spent over $1,000 on skins easily.
Yeah, and now they're giving away for
Yeah, but that was skins. Like, I'm pretty sure,
so
much like Apex Legends, I would have brought the champions for in-game currency, and I would have spent real-world money on the skins. If that makes sense.
So currently there is
It's
above 159 champions. One did just get released, so it might be up to 160 or more. But that's fucking insane.
That's just in League of Legends. You also get all the agents in Valorant as well.
Valorant
there's
is,
like
I
10.
think, is only. I think there's close. I think it's like 15 to 20.
Okay.
But yeah, they're quite
Still.
active with releasing agents in Valor.
I mean, the other question is it coming to consoles, the Valorant and League of Legends?
I don't think either of them will. Maybe
the
Wild
plans
Rift.
are Wild Rift, yeah.
I think Wild Rift will.
Wild
will
Rift
ship
is
across.
supposed to come to consoles. That was the thing.
I think Valorant doesn't work well on consoles just because of previous attempts with like Counter-Strike and stuff on console.
PC
Rainbow Six kind of works on console. I don't know. Possibly, it'd be interesting to see if they
Just
try.
depends on matchmaking, I think, here. So.
And I don't think proper legal will never work on a console.
No, Wild Rift was supposed to come. Is supposed to come to
Is supposed
consoles
to
eventually.
still.
Yeah, they were still working on it though. So, and I think Wild Rift, after playing it on mobile, I could automatically see how it'll just translate quite well to console. Surprisingly, I think people, if you go into that having not played it at all on mobile, I think people will be shocked how well that game will actually work on the changes they've made.
It's just a Diablo, right? Pretty much.
Kind of, yeah. They changed some of the abilities and stuff. I mean, you still have quick shot. You still have skill shots abilities on some champions and stuff, which is going to be the hard part. But they've changed some, so it is just more button pressy instead of like aiming and stuff. So yeah. Then we got a Plague Tale Requiem got a trailer. Just another reminder that I still haven't played the first game. So that's cool.
More stabby this time.
More stabby. Still has rats though.
If you didn't like the first one because it wasn't violent, here you go.
Yeah. Here's some violence for you.
Do you reckon you'll play the first one before this comes out?
Oh, I hope so. I mean, I plan to.
Because
There's no reason not to, other than
No.
Dylan's decided to open more fucking Pokemon cards and is
Fuck off!
like buried under a couple folders instead of playing games. You know, I guess that is our current dilemma with Dylan and playing video games.
Just it needed to be done. My God. Then we got Forza Motorsport. I incorrectly wrote in our article. I'd like to apologize. Forza Motorsport 7 because I think I had Forza Ryzen 7 on my mind, but it is just called Forza Motorsport. Cool, like cinematic trailer to start things off with. I was like, cool. I was like, yep, cool. And then they went into a gameplay demo, which is really nice to see. That was another thing about this conference. A lot of gameplay. For the majority of the games, gameplay.
They've said that this is the most gameplay they've ever shown at a conference before.
I would 100%
and that
believe
is,
that.
I think that's, tongue-in-cheek at themselves, I think, is at last year where they advertised a bunch of gameplay and then there wasn't a bunch of gameplay.
Yeah.
This year, I think they doubled down and made sure there was as much gameplay as possible for everything.
Motorsport looked really pretty. Like they showed details of the ray tracing stuff looked really good. I'm gonna be really interested to see how well and what and how exactly that performs on console because everyone's going to compare this to GT7, right? I think the thing is, so if you want to compare the ray tracing for a start, ray tracing on Gran Turismo, if you turned it on to you could turn it on for replays and your replays would play at like 30 frames per second if you wanted. You couldn't even turn it on for races. So, like, the ray tracing was basically for non-racing at all. So,
they did make a thing out of its dynamic ray tracing.
If it has any sort of ray tracing in the race and still runs at 60 frames per second, that's a win for Xbox. Like, if it has any sort. But the game looked really pretty. They showed, again, like, track detail, like detail off the sides of the tracks, all these sorts of things, which was really great to see. Dynamic lighting, all these sorts of things that you like to see in these sorts of games. I've never played a motorsport title, so this is going to be my first one, but I'm definitely keen, even after coming off Gran Turismo 7 this year. If this came out like late this year or even early next year or something like that, I'm definitely going to be keen to jump into this and try this out as my first motorsport title.
I thought this was interesting by itself. Actually, it's also interesting to note this is the exact same engine that they're making Fable in. So for Fable fans, very much, you didn't get a trailer for Fable this show.
But Fable will have ray tracing.
But use Forza as a tech demo for Fable, Use
the
that
cars
as
in
to
Fable
help.
are going to look awesome.
Yeah.
They are. They're going to look so good. But
So
no, I think
reflective.
it was a really tight and well put together presentation, and I think they do that a lot with Forza games, with all the horizons of recent memory. So no, this was a good presentation for the game.
Then we have Microsoft Flight Simulator 40th anniversary trailer, showcase that the game's going to be getting helicopters, gliders, and more. And then also it has an update that's dropped today, which adds the Pelican from Halo to it. So the ability to fly around on that, which is pretty cool.
You can go higher. You can go like into space, right?
Sorry?
Almost.
What?
You can go upper atmosphere, like
I think so, yes. I couldn't
from the
understand
shot,
like how
it's like-
far you're allowed to, what the go is,
how
but
far up. Yeah.
but that's all cool. That's cool. This game just like they build it and now they just get to
Put
add.
random.
You
shit.
get put the random shit in, which is good.
I love the Wright Brothers plane in there. I
Hey?
think that's a pretty cool addition.
The what?
The Wright Brothers plane.
Oh right, yeah. Well, that's the cool thing. They can just add like either fictional or
Yeah.
non-fictional, like
So you can put it
vehicles
in
and
there,
stuff.
and then it just crashes straight away, like it did in real life.
Imagine. Then we got a trailer for Overwatch 2. So they announced that the Overwatch 2 is releasing October 4th. The PvP will be free to play. And we
Early
got...
access.
Sorry?
Early access.
It's early access.
Is-
It's not the actual. Yeah, it's early access.
Okay.
It's early access,
For-
like Fortnite is early access.
Okay, so...
Yes.
yeah, but it's still... That's like... It's Xbox and PC.
You'll be able to play Overwatch 2
Yeah.
on the
You'll be able
4th
to
of
play
October.
Overwatch 2. It'll be an extended beta type situation,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's not the full proper.
But, like, is Fortnite
Release.
out of early access?
I believe so.
When did that happen? Because it was in like early access for ages, and everyone was
I don't know. Early access is a weird thing. Grounded's been in early access for 2 years, for fuck's sake.
Now it's
Like,
finishing. It's
yeah.
fine. And you got to look at a brand new hero called Junker Queen, which sounded Australian to me, so I assume is
She is.
Australian.
She is Australian.
Kieran, what'd you make of all this?
This was a really interesting one and continues the fucking weird cycle that is Activision Blizzard communicating Overwatch 2. Because prior to this show, I had no idea Overwatch was going to be a part of this. I had no idea that, the last thing we'd heard from developers at Blizzard was that, hey, we're going to be talking about Overwatch at some point in June and we'll give you a bigger update during June. And then to sit there and not only for them to have a trailer for the game, not only to advertise announce the free-to-play fully. Like, I think there was rumors that it was going to be free-to-play, but to confirm it's going to be free-to-play on this show, to confirm a release date for it, as well as confirming, announcing and revealing Junker Queen, which has been a long-rumored character for Overwatch, all in this show, I thought was very random and off-base. Not off-base, but it was very strange, and this is the first moment where it's like, oh, fuck, okay, this Activision Blizzard thing's legit. Like, this is what Xbox conferences possibly, most likely will look like going forward. Will be Overwatch and Diablo, and we will have if everything goes through, we're gonna have an Xbox conference at some point that's gonna have a World of Warcraft trailer in it. Like, it's just looking at it as a whole, it's just a very weird situation to be in. Overwatch 2 is at an interesting spot. I think I had a lot of fun with the beta. There's still a lot of work for them to do. I'm at the same time, Blizzard just aren't in anybody's good graces. They keep fucking up. I personally don't believe this is going to be as transaction heavy as, say, Diablo Immortal or kind of
But
a lot
nothing
of other.
can be as bad as...
No, nothing can be as bad as that. But I do think, instead of loot boxes, I actually think this game's going to make... I hope to God, instead of loot boxes, this game goes towards a more League of Legends model of character skins, or like that Riot model of just selling skins directly, and you can just pick and choose and buy your models instead of buying loot boxes. But we will find out as the game gets closer.
We'll find out on June 16th.
I was about to say 17th for us,
Yeah.
but so there's a
because they should be. There'll also be another beta is coming up I'm guessing there was supposed to be another beta. I'd be interested to see if there is. But yeah, another beta coming up. I think the biggest kind of comment from a lot of people in the community was that there was no ranked or competitive game mode in the beta so far, which kind of led to a lot of people burning out. Like,
why do you
not
want
even
a
like
ranked mode in a beta? That's weird.
Yeah, that's stupid.
That's weird.
Because
I'm the best person at this beta.
Yeah, that's
because-
weird. I don't.
Because the beta was bolted on top of Overwatch, there was notage and information that they were using in Blizzard blocks to state that they were still tracking people's ranks in the game. But matchmaking was not using those ranks in quick play matchmaking. So I think it's just a thing in Overwatch community where
No, that's weird.
for a large
I'm not.
for a large
They were matchmaking good people with bad people, is what you're saying.
yes, yeah, there wasn't balanced matchmaking.
So a beta had issues, is what you're telling me.
No, it wasn't a beta having issues. It's just the fact that
I mean, it was an issue. They didn't put the ranked. They didn't put the.
it was an issue with ranked, and the thing is, I guess for a large portion of the Overwatch community, ranked is just their sole. That is their main game.
Then why are they
That
playing
is
the
what
beta?
they-
Why wouldn't you just play the main game and play ranked?
Because the main game and main ranked has been the same game for 2 years.
Yeah, but the new game isn't out yet. So
But
why
that's
would
what
you
they
complain
play.
about a beta?
But they want to play the new thing.
then they have
want
to wait for the
new
fucking
thing.
full game to release. Like that's
No,
this is
just
dumb
put
complaint.
fucking-
This is a
you're-
dumb complaint.
No.
This is a
If
very
you're
dumb
already
complaint.
tracking, no. It's not a complaint. It's just what players are asking for. If Blizzard is already using ranks in the back end of that game and already has that being tracked, just fucking put a ranked. Don't even be like a full track system. Just put it as a ranked matchmaking.
Because
Go
they
off
have.
your-
But then
They're
when
doing
they
a new
cancel
ranked.
the beta and then the progress is lost and someone like pisses get pissy.
Nobody will give a fuck. Nobody will actually. No, that's the thing, right?
Oh,
People will
dude,
not give a
dude.
fuck because people just want to have the numbers. They just want to see their numbers go up and down. They just want to be like, oh, I got 25 points.
Tell them to buy one of those fucking things that kids use to learn fucking how to plus and
Fucking-
minus.
Just put a-
fuck
just-
off.
Scratch some notches into your wall. God.
Yeah.
Scratch some notches into your wall.
No ranked mode in a beta. Get
If
the
you
fuck
have
outta
any
here.
problems, listeners of the show, if for whatever reason you find to have a problem with real estate agents when you're giving up your rentals because you have been notching your walls with wins and losses, please contact Ashley Hobley at the Explosion Network and he'll provide a summarized invoice for that
I
comment.
can't believe these motherfuckers.
plaster it over it.
This is wrong with the fan base. They put out a beta trying to like work on to get information on the finite details to get this game done. They're like, stop everything you're doing, right? Don't even make any more champions. Nothing. Get the fucking ranked mode in here. That's what's more important. The ranked mode in the beta. No, what are you saying? They'll slow down the time before the full release. Don't care. I need my ranks. I need my wins. I need my
I need to know
losses.
if I won
just
or
put
lost.
'em in there.
I want to
It's
keep
not-
track. You know, it's not
It's
like
already
I don't have a
being
pen and
tracked.
paper and I could just write down.
But you can't
Excel
because
spreadsheet.
You're not tracked against people that are your skill rating. You're tracked against just some random plebs.
I want to go on record and say no game ever needs a ranked mode in its beta. I'm going on record and saying that right now.
I think it does.
Nope. That's dumb.
No.
That's dumb. That's not the idea of a beta.
No, but a beta gives people more. I don't know. There is just the Overwatch community has
It's dumb.
such a
Is
a viewpoint on fucking quick play and quick play not, quick play losing kind of a lot of,
Yeah,
I don't know.
they've got
extended
issues that they
play
want
time.
them to fix in the game that's yet to release, so they want them to magically appear in the beta, even though they're fixing
I
them
don't
and
think
making
this
them.
is the thing. Once again, the information's already there. It's not like they have to develop the rank system or anything. Change that later. If you be like, hey, this isn't going to be.
they literally have to create a mode, right? They want to funnel all the players into one mode. That's why there's just the one.
What you're
mode.
telling me is some nerd at home broke into the code of the game,
Not
saw that the source code was
it's
there for the tracking.
It's not. It's not some nerd. It's in the fucking Blizzard blogs when they're talking about silver and gold players compared to Masters players in their fucking updates and blogs about the game.
Nah, that sounds like some nerd.
Now fuck off, Ashley. This isn't some fucking nerd. This is the information Blizzard have given out to people.
I hate this game. I gotta tell you, between the fan base and the fucking way they develop it, I don't fucking
Fuck
know.
off. Fucking hell.
Ranked mode and fucking beta. This is the dumbest thing I've heard in ages. All right, moving on. Alright, History Untold. I don't know what this game is. What was this game?
It's a Civ game. It's from people who team Oxide Games. They used to do members used to work for Fire Access, who obviously did Civ. So
Okay, right. Yeah, because I just wrote it looked like it's historical RTS, so I was kind of close, I guess. I don't know.
Yep.
I took a swing. Next one, we got Elder Scrolls Online Higher Isle. There's the next DLC. I'm glad this wasn't super long because, you know, like Bethesda usually spends way too long on this in their own conferences, but it was decent, just chunkier for the people
it's
who
going
play
to be so tough going forward.
Look,
they've got like 6 or 7 MMOs that they've got to juggle.
You go for this one, you're like, oh, you know, it's nice. I hear good things about Elder Scrolls. I don't think it's the most welcoming MMO because Final Fantasy is Final Fantasy. You join a cult and everybody.
I mean,
loves
there's a lot of wild claims in this. You know, we'll get
There-
to one of the wildest claims later in this podcast.
And then it's like, yeah, you get to this one, you're like, all right, this is the this is the MMO that Bethesda does that I could semi-believe and have faith in. The next one is just, oh boy, why is this?
The
still
next
a
one
thing?
is Fallout 76, which, yes.
This is a very dedicated community.
fucking.
It is, I agree. It is very funny. However, the fact remains that there is a dedicated community to this game. That's the only reason they're still making content. Like, it is because people still do play it. So, the hardcore Fallout fans.
I would say it rivals either Elder Scrolls or Grounded. No, not Grounded. Sea of Thieves. In player base.
I don't know about numbers, but all I know is that it's active. You hear about it being active and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the next expansion is called The Pit. The Pit is a expansion from Fallout 3. Or a location DLC from Fallout 3. So, you're going there. That's why at the start they're like, we're going back to a location some fans may know. The Pit was a location from Fallout 3. So that's cool. Yep. It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's Fallout.
So, just super quickly, just to compare the two. Average players from the past 30 days for Fallout 76, 5,866 average players, with a peak of 9,772. Last 30 days for
where's this data
This
from?
is Steam.
This is Steam. This is Steam charts.
The only place you can get stats.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
the only place that this kind of stats lives. Elder Scrolls Online average player base for the last 30 days is 14,558, with a peak of 26,754.
Very close.
The average is a lot closer than many people would probably believe, though.
Yes, the average is a whole lot closer. Correct.
Yeah. The peak is nowhere near, but the average is closer than, most people would be like, oh, well, 2 people in the world play Fallout. No, that's what I'm saying. There's
There's
a consistent,
expect
that consistent number several years after release, and a shocking release, I think shows the dedication to the Fallout diehards.
and arguably one of the most welcoming communities as well. So,
Yeah.
from what I understand.
Yeah, you start the game, people are like, here's a bunch of stuff. Blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
Here's what you're going to need to do.
So-
Don't try and do it by yourself. Do what we tell you to.
Because they want people to play the game.
This is the correct way to play the game.
After that, we got Forza Ryzen 5. First DLC / expansion for this one. It's Hot Wheels. Gonna be racing across some
Hot Wheels.
big old
Beat
Hot
that.
Wheel orange and
Here's my
blue
question.
tracks.
Is this going to be part of Game Pass?
In the
Or do you
past,
have to pay for the expansion?
in the past, no, the expansions weren't part of Game
Yeah,
Pass.
so I wasn't sure because obviously they've put out that graphic and it doesn't have Game Pass listed.
Can
above
I
it.
say I was a little bit weird about like the start of this trailer starts with like quotes from articles being like the talking about how well Forza Horizon 5 represents the culture of Mexico and represents all of the cultural differences and exploring the country and stuff. And then goes into, and now we're whacking Hot Wheels tracks all over the place. Yeah!
All it said was a love letter to Mexico, so I mean...
I thought there was another one. I swear I was very tired when I read it.
Love letter to Mexico, the unchallenged champion of open world races.
Still, it said it, Is it still a love letter if there's Hot Wheels tracks all over the place?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
I'm gonna play this, of course. Keen. I like Hot Wheels. I like Forza Horizon. Match made in heaven. Let's go. So from the past, I believe it's you have to buy it or you buy the season pass or whatever, and you have it. And
It's a money transaction.
There is a monetary transaction, correct? Yes.
Yep.
Then we got a trailer for Vin Diesel Rides a Dinosaur, the video game, which was very funny to me.
Too.
Yep. I mean,
they're about to go steal some spears off the back of their Tyrannosaurus Rex.
yeah. I mean,
Here's my question.
Yep.
Who had the better appearance during this weekend? The Rock or Vin Diesel?
I'm going to say Vin Diesel, actually.
Vin Diesel, because he didn't say anything or do anything. It's just his face.
It was just his
He
face.
didn't promote anything. And
He looked.
it was
He looks kind of cool. I
trailer?
got to be honest. That dinosaur he's riding, the T-Rex, all armored up and stuff, looks pretty badass.
Kind of.
Looks pretty badass.
I laughed when I saw this when this trailer started. I'm like, oh, this is funny considering it's coming out so close to Jurassic World and how well that's going. But then seeing Vin Diesel, I was like, oh my god, I forgot Vin Diesel and Ark was a thing. It's still fucking hilarious.
Oh, it's very funny. But I'm going to say that The Rock's appearance was a lot cornier than Vin Diesel riding a T-Rex.
Mm-hmm.
So points to him.
100%.
It's all about family. Then we got a trailer for Scorn. Gameplay trailer, release date. It's actually coming out this year. This game was shown ages ago. It's a fucking weird-ass looking game. This game's always looked weird. Never fails to look weird. There was like extended gameplay of this in one of the showcases. I think it was the PC gaming showcase. It might have been. Where they're weirdly like, this game has guns, but it's not a shooter. And like it's more about like puzzles and exploration, and apparently there's no dialogue in the game. The story is all told just through environmental stuff. I don't know. I've always been interested in this game because it just looks absolutely bonkers, but at the same time, like, what the fuck is like how the fuck do you make any of this shit?
Way to start a game with your character waking up with like an umbilical cord attached to them and starting to like try and pull it off.
Love that. So. Yeah, I know Ash would be hyped about this. Yeah, that's what I thought. Then we got a trailer for Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn, third-person action game. Didn't really do much for me, if I'm going to be completely honest. And it did have a second showing at one of the other showcases after this as well.
I think it was at the PC
gaming show as well, yeah. I mean, it looks fine, but nothing...
I think it looks cool.
Nothing to really grab me. I don't know. Did anyone else
I mean, I liked it. It looks like it looks like their competition to Forspoken, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess Forspoken looks better, but I mean, to put it simply, but
yeah. So, the PC one gave a little bit more context, where like she's firing guns and stuff, and then she's got a little animal creature that does magic.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
I think it looks interesting, but yeah,
it's fine.
I thought it looked cool. It's one of those games. It's like, oh, it's on Game Pass. Fuck it, yeah. Let's download it and play through it and see if it hooks me.
Give it a go. Don't say play through. You're not going to finish that game. We'll turn on play an hour.
No, I just give it a play. Give it a play and see if it hooks me. I was setting myself up for
Calm down over here. Play through. Then we got a trailer for Minecraft Legends. So this is the brand new Minecraft. Genre game? Yeah, it's a action strategy game. I thought it was a pretty cool trailer. I would have liked to have seen more gameplay than what we got right at the end, but I still thought it was a pretty awesome trailer. And I'm someone who doesn't like I have no interest in core Minecraft at all. Like, not something. I mean, I've played it obviously, but it's not something I particularly would care to play. I played Minecraft Dungeons though, and in general, I think this world is sort of big enough and hefty enough that you can explore other genres. I mean, I played all the Minecraft Telltale games. I'm keen for this. I think this has a lot of potential.
Before this started, I thought this was going to be like an isometric town building game where you like manage a village and stuff and upgrade it and like defend it from the Nether and stuff. But so
I mean, that's kind of what that is.
Kind of, I guess you're building
kind of, but
yeah,
but you've still got like a character. You have to go gather your freaking little armies with your flags and stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know exactly what an action strategy game is.
Well, it's a strategy game, but like what's a good example? Why did I think of Brutal Legend straight away? But that's what I thought.
I was about to say the Brutal Legend strategy sections where you have what else?
I can't think of it, but it's like instead of top-down view strategy stuff, you play the character on the field and you're having to like call actions at the same time and stuff. There's a few games I can't remember anything off of the Brutal Legends off the top of my head though. But that's what it is. Like it's an action.
I have some, but there's like no way Ashley knows them, so there's no.
But that's what I took it as. It's Brutal Legend. Jack Black, shout out.
Okay.
Yes, I'm keen. I do like the look of it. So find out more. And then we got Lightyear Frontier. This is a open world mech farming game, which is not words I thought I would say ever.
Wow.
Dude, it's No Man's Sky. Well, the first No Man's Sky-ish, but it's farming.
I mean,
they're really stretching out buzz, isn't they?
Yeah, I know. When I saw the Lightyear thing, I was like, "What is this? An actual Lightyear game? Like, what's the game?" I actually think this looks pretty cool. I don't know if it's something I would play personally because I've never gotten into like farming games at all, but it looks pretty chill. It looks pretty cool. I thought it looks pretty.
Yeah,
I like the art style, art direction, and everything. It definitely looks pretty. You can play it with friends and everything. So I don't know. Maybe not something I'd play, but I still thought I liked it.
It's definitely a genre that's like
people love that genre.
Massive. It's like there was at least 6 or 7 other.
I'll tell you what. We're going to run through some of our favorites from Wholesome Direct. 50% of Wholesome Direct, farming games. Fucking farming games. like half the show. Then there was a trailer for Gunfire Reborn. This has already come out on Steam, so this is just the Xbox trailer for it. But it's a cartoon shooter that you can play it with friends. Look fine.
It's a roguelike.
Yeah, roguelike. Looks cool. Yeah, came out in October. Reviews were positive. So then we got to the game that made my list and one of Kieran's 2 games of best game of the Xbox Bethesda show, which is The Last Case of Benedict Fox. So this is a Metroidvania with a big inspiration of Lovecraft or like just gothic vibes, I guess, and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I thought this was a really sweet trailer. I really like the way the game looks. I like Metroidvanias. This looks really unique and different. I just tonally, it's something I'm all about. Like I'm all about that sort of Lovecraftian gothic vibes and stuff like that. So yeah, this is why it made my, like, watching this, I was like, oh, this looks awesome. When can I play this? This was the game by the end of the show that I wish I had a solid, just give it to me now. Like, is this a shadow drop? Oh, I would play it. So, that's why it made my list. Why did it make your top picks, Kieran?
Yeah, I thought this looked absolutely kind of very interesting and very well developed. It had that vibe of maybe a little bit, with the Metroidvania style of Ori, but with that darkness to it. I think there's going to be a really interesting depth to its story and to its characters. I just think there's a lot of potential, a lot of variety within this game that I think is something we're lacking in gaming a lot of the time, which is exciting to see.
I love the art design. There's so many different, like even within that trailer, there's so many different areas and looks to the place, because you get to travel through different, when you're exploring themes like this, it's like, oh, you go through a portal and you're in a different, it's very easy just to change up the stuff. But Ash, what do you think of this one?
Yeah, looks really cool. Really cool gothic, Lovecraftian Metroidvania platformer. I don't know. Yeah, looks interesting. Cool art design.
Too scary for you?
Maybe. We'll see.
I mean, how do you feel about the genre?
I mean, I'm not super fans of Cthulhu, and I'm not a huge Metroidvania person.
What's wrong with tentacles?
They just get everywhere. That's the problem. Like sand, just get everywhere.
Yeah. Just like sand.
Yeah, I don't know if sands are like tentacles at all. They're very different, but. Then we had As Dusk Falls. So this is actually coming out in July 19th, so right around the corner. Very weird trailer. I think I can try and wrap my head around it and be like, that would be cool, but otherwise I'm just a bit confused. But so it is a narrative-driven game in which obviously you make decisions and the story changes and all that sort of stuff. But playing that by itself, I'm like, there's not, like, if this was just single player, I'd be like, meh, whatever. The part that interests me the most is the whole, you can play with 8 other people. And then presumably, like the way I understood it is their choices are affecting, like, everyone's choices are affecting what's happening in the game at the same time, sort of thing. That has a cool idea to me, but yeah, as a trailer, I thought this wasn't a good trailer.
No, I think this is a complicated trailer. I think it's trying to do the same thing as maybe Detroit Beyond Human did with the, hey, there's so many different pathways. Here's a flow chart with all the pathways you can go on for your characters. Yeah, I think it doesn't do a great job of selling itself, but I think it looks interesting enough just solely on its art style. And yeah, July 19th, it's a great day to be releasing.
It's a good Game Pass game, that's for sure, because it's really hard to like be like, would I want to put my money on this? No, maybe not, but I can download it on Game Pass, yeah. Do you have any thoughts on this, Ash? Or?
No, obviously, I watched a Tribeca Spotlight, which it was a part of. Obviously, it is from Quantic Dream devs, so that explains why it has that, multiple choice thing. I think the 8-player thing is like, it's like The Quarry or any other of those sort of narrative games. You can control one character. I don't think it's going to be a massive. It's not like you're going to be playing concurrently.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
It won't be an asymmetrical experience, but I think it looks interesting. It's taking that idea of that kind of story, like a Quarry, a supermassive game, but not horror.
Yeah.
Well, it's slightly horrific, but
it's tense.
As crime is, but yes, taking it in a slightly different direction.
Then we got Naraka Blade Point is coming to Xbox. I feel like this had 1 million trailers last year. Or at least I feel like I wrote about it for every fucking showcase last year. I honestly
don't remember this at all.
Really? Okay, that's because
it's out now, right? Or there's betas.
PC. It's been for a while, but yeah. So coming to Xbox, it's a battle royale, but it's fighting, and it's 60 players,
but it's successful. Like some of the other ones.
I mean, it has been, like, at least, I don't know, in America, but at least like Asia, I guess, has been doing well. So that's like, it's doing well enough that they're bringing it to Xbox, which I feel like is something, like says something. From everything I've seen, it definitely looks like it actually plays well, from what I understand. It looks good for the type of game it is, and yeah, it has a building fan base. So like, even if you're like, nah, not for me, I think they are onto something with the genre, like in cross between and everything like that. So yeah, June 23rd, you can play it on your Xbox and will be on Game Pass. So if you want to try it out, you can do so. Next, we got Pentiment. Is it Pentiment or Pentiment?
Pentiment.
Pentiment. So this is the latest game from Obsidian Games, not the one that everyone wanted from them, but it is an Obsidian Games game. Really,
it's a new one.
It's a new one. It is a new Obsidian Games game. This, I thought, this would be my like top 3. I think this looks really cool. I love the art style. I love the story, like the setting, all that sort of thing. It looks really unique, different, just a narrative-driven adventure game, I guess, is like, maybe, I guess that would be like sort of the genre I'd go for. But yeah, I love the way this game looks. I think the art direction and everything is like really, really cool. I'm just hoping it's not like too long. Like, I don't want to play this for 100 hours, to be honest, but you know what I mean? Like, that's my my only sort of thing. But if it's a shorter, more concise story
experience
and just experience, I think it looks really, really cool. I love the place. So yeah, Kieran, you gave a shout out to this as well. What are you loving about this?
I thought this. There was rumors going into the show that Obsidian were coming out with like a Disco Elysium style game. I'm guesstimating that this is what people were talking about. I think if it is that tight experience, I'd love there to be replayability to this game, to have such a variety of different timelines and choices that your character can go down. There seem to be such a range of different events and possibilities, so hopefully this game is both tight and concise, but large and expansive in its choices and its story and overall narrative.
What do you call this time period? What's the official?
So this looks like it's medieval. It's either medieval or
no, like, it's not medieval. It's like after, right?
It's medieval or like around about Renaissance.
Yeah, maybe
period.
Renaissance.
Like-
Renaissance, that would be what I think more closer to what it is, surely. Because they got like the artwork is literally a dude like painting and stuff. So like,
Yeah, sure.
surely that's like I'm going
The Middle Ages, just the
Yeah,
Middle
yeah.
Ages.
I'd say the Middle Ages is very accurate. Yeah.
Ashley, do you have any thoughts on this one?
No, like you said, looks really interesting. Different to anything else in the showcase or like anything else Xbox is putting out. Yeah, if it's a shorter experience, fun adventure, that'd be cool.
Don't know if it'll be fun. It looks. I'm pretty sure it's serious, like very serious. Not a fun time, but
At least Obsidian's putting games out. Am I right?
true. It comes out in November. This is a this year game.
Yeah,
That's good.
it's a big tentpole title.
All right, because I had the comment section at the time was boring, yawn, like you know what I mean. Like it was.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't look at the comment sections during any of these showcases. It's pretty disheartening
Next.
what people want.
So then we got a trailer for Grounded, of course, also Obsidian. Has been in early access for the last, I think it is actually 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really cool trailer, I think. I never actually got around to really trying it. So now that it's fully releasing, story complete, like all these features and stuff they've added over the early access period, I think I would like to jump in. I thought this was a really cool looking trailer.
Jump in.
Yeah, I think I'm going to jump in.
We're in the garden and we're dropping.
Where are we dropping, boys? In the
It's
shed?
not that type of
I think
game,
the
Ash.
shed.
I know like everything's Battle Royale
Anthill?
today, but I don't actually think that's the type of game it is. But anyway,
Okay.
I thought this looked good. Did we? What do you, Kieran? What do you reckon?
I've never been that interested in Grounded. I think it's, obviously it's got a stronger player base and it's building and it's growing forward in its progression, but it's just not something that really has ever appealed to me.
I mean, I hate spiders. I just love the idea of beating their brains out.
Killing them.
Yeah,
Well, there's the arachnophobia mode.
yeah. I don't want that mode. Like I hate spiders, but I'm not arachnophobia. I just want to. I'll enjoy
killing them.
Yeah, I'll love that. Yeah. So, Ash, what do you reckon?
Yeah, it looks like it's come a long way, to where it is now with crazy lasers and bullshit. So, yeah, we can shrink down.
Shrink down? Yeah, that sounds better than dropping, I guess. Yeah.
We'll wait till Rick Moranis helps us go big again.
Yeah. I wonder if that's the ending. That'll be great. I love if that's a secret ending. We then got Aeroband Shadow Legacy, which looked like a stealth game to me, but like super fast paced stealth. That is a genre, which is not really a thing. It sounds like antithesis of each other, but it looked cool, I thought. I didn't fully understand what was going on, but it looked cool.
I'd like more context. I'd like more context and information, like what's the overall kind of narrative and styling of the game.
Yeah.
But I thought it looked cool, looked fun. So, yeah.
It's on the list of I would like to know more, but not like this looked terrible. It's just like I'm not like I would like to play this today. I'm like I would like to know more today. How about that? I can get into a stealth game where you can shadow drop from objects and whatever the hell else they do in this trailer. So yeah. Then we got Diablo 4. So they had a trailer that kicked things off, revealed that brand new class, Necromancer, is going to be the last class added to the game. Cool cinematic trailer for that. And then they went into nearly 5-minute developer commentary for it. Interestingly, I will say also the fact that they chose to go with, and I guess it makes sense because it's an Xbox showcase, but I love the fact that the first time you see an extensive like Diablo like this, it is like running on Xbox Series X. Like all the gameplay you're seeing is on Xbox Series X. I thought this looked good. I thought this looked surprisingly good, actually. I think this looked a lot better than I've sort of been expecting Diablo 4 to look like, in my opinion.
If you put this in a vacuum, put in a little globe that is, impervious to outside world and other things going on for Blizzard as well as Diablo as a franchise.
Yeah, I mean,
This
I'm
looks fucking
trying.
amazing.
I'm
This is exciting.
yeah, I'm trying not
It's
to
exciting
mention
as
the
a concept.
Activision Blizzard shit because I'm like at this stage I'll have to
No,
mention every 5
but-
minutes.
It is, but you put it. But even then, if you, it looked amazing, but at the same time, I can't help but just have a bad taste in my mouth when it comes to Diablo in general because of Diablo Immortal and everything going on with that game. And hopefully that doesn't have too much of a negative impact on Diablo 4 and Because it looks fun, it looks great, and watching it, I was like, man, I could dive into a Diablo game again. I could do that. Not Immortal, of course, but
no, fuck Immortal. I'm playing Immortal.
I'm down.
I'm possibly down for this by the time it comes out. I mean, but I am hoping by the time like some of these things come out, it's like Activision's fully part of Microsoft. They've fired all the fucking terrible people. You know what I mean? Like I'm hoping for.
Yes.
California sued the living shit out of the people who remain who didn't get fired, who were bad. You know what I mean? Like, bad eggs are out. Activision's part of Microsoft. I can enjoy their games again. That's what I guess I'm hoping for.
That's the dream scenario, you know?
That's the dream scenario.
All the bad stuff is taken care of, so you can feel good about playing the game.
Yeah, and look, in the scale of what's important, me feeling better about playing their games isn't actually what's important. But I feel like I'm still allowed to say that I hope that's the outcome.
100%.
Yeah. Because I had a lot of fun playing.
That's a byproduct. That is a byproduct of the good things happening.
Yes.
Yes, that is a byproduct.
If all that happens, then I'll get to play the game. I played a fair bit of Diablo 3 when it came out with some friends at the time, so I definitely had a lot of fun playing that one. That was my first Diablo game. I've never played any of the other ones, and my first Diablo game was played on consoles. So I don't have any sort of like, oh, this is a PC game, this feels weird. Like, Diablo on consoles is literally my only experience with the game. So this looks really cool. I like the whole open world thing. You got world bosses where a bunch of players pop up and it looks like you're playing a bloody MMO raid boss. I thought that was pretty unique and cool. I really liked the Necromancer class that was introduced. I thought that looked pretty badass and everything. So I'm definitely open to learning more about Diablo 4 and getting down with the jiggy. Sea of Thieves trailer. I thought it was pretty funny, but
dude, anybody get a sea shanty or like that type of song in a trailer? It's already a great trailer. It's already very fun.
It was pretty.
People love their sea shanties.
I mean, yeah, it was pretty cool to turn a sea shanty into a literally telling you about what's coming to the game. You can't say you've ever seen that in a trailer before, like.
Kind of.
Have you really?
Probably.
No. One of my favorite trailers that ever was the World of Warcraft 50th year anniversary trailer for World of Warcraft.
The what
Classic.
year?
50th? No, not 50th. 20th. 20th. Yeah, 20th. Maybe not. I don't know. Whatever. 15th.
It
I
was
don't know.
definitely not 50.
Definitely
It was not 50th. I said that wrong. But no. But there was a trailer they did for that, which was a song about World of Warcraft and going back to Classic that I fucking love the shit out of. So this hits very much the same
I can't remember exactly what it says, but I like the part where it's like, name your ship as long as there's no profanity. Or, it's like, It was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool. But yeah. Ravenlock was the next trailer we got. So this is from the developers of Echo Generation, which I reviewed last year. So that was like the 80s centered, that was a turn-based RPG game, which I thought was decent, but I had a few problems with. This has a similar-ish art style, although like slightly different enough, but similar-ish. But this one is or at least based off the trailer, it's an action game, not a turn-based combat game. I really like the world. I think the world looks really cool and unique. I'm hoping it's a bit longer and more got a bigger world and stuff like that than Echo Generation. So that'd be my one sort of thing. But yeah, I'm keen to play this because I did enjoy their first game, or actually I think it might have been their second game. Anyway, I enjoyed this trailer too. I thought it was really cool. A bunch of different creature designs and stuff looked really unique. So keen to check this out. Any thoughts from anyone on this one?
No, I was very middling on this one, to be perfectly honest.
I mean, yeah, it looks interesting, but that's it.
Got him.
It gives same kind of vibes as the Sony really pretty game from last year.
Sony really pretty.
Yes, the Pathless.
Yeah, let's go with that.
You think it looks like the Pathless?
Wasn't the one I was thinking of. I don't know, not necessarily what it looks like, but how it plays. I was more talking about the one from the team that did like TV and animation and stuff.
Oh, Kenna.
Yeah, kind of like that kind of gameplay.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it's
story, it's an adventure.
Yeah.
Game. Yeah.
We then got Cocoon. So this is from one of the 6 producers of Scary Movie. I mean, it's one of the people who brought you Inside and that other one that I forgot. What's that one called? fucking whatever.
Get Out?
No.
Limbo.
Did you say Get Out?
Yeah, I did.
Jesus Christ. This doesn't look anything like those other two games. It looked really unique. I don't fully understand what I was watching, but there was that point there where like he puts like a orb on top of another orb and then like dives through it. It's like a puzzle adventure game. Very, very different looking. I'm keen to find out more, especially given, I guess, the talent behind it. But yeah, I was watching the trailer like, oh my God, what's happening here? But yeah, given that those other two games are like narrative puzzle adventures, this one just seems more like a actual puzzle adventure, less on like the narrative slow paced vibe that those other two games are known for. Do anything for anyone?
I could be down for a puzzler. You know what I mean?
I could be down.
But yeah, there's very little to go on it. Very little to go on it. But you know, the effect of like going into all these orbs is quite interesting.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Then we got Wolong Fallen Dynasty. So this is the next Team Ninja game. It also has someone, I can't remember the exact person's name from it's been a long day.
Yeah.
From Software, one of the producers is working on this as well. But yeah, I mean, look, let's confirm this is a Souls. Like, let's assume this is a Souls-like. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, right?
That's the only games that get made now,
Yeah.
right?
I'm
That look like this.
They look like this. Yeah. So at first I thought this was just Neo 3 or like a Neo spin-off or something like that, but yeah, it's not. So there you go. That's fine. I haven't played any of the Neos. I don't really have any need to or like want to. I have no particular love for some other like Team Ninja franchises either. So yeah, like I'm like okay on this. Like if everyone says this is the next best thing, then maybe I'd want to check it out. But at the moment, I'm like, yeah, I can. I'm neither here nor there. Do anything for anyone else?
No.
Not really.
That's fair. Then we got Persona. So Persona 3 Portable, Persona 4 Golden, and Persona 5 Royal are coming to Xbox. They're all coming to Xbox Game Pass. Everything starts with Persona 5 Royal, which will release on October 21st. That's right. Nintendo and Atlas met. They said, that sounds great. And Atlas said, fuck you, and put them on Xbox.
I mean, they could still be coming to Nintendo, but...
Well, considering that Persona 5 just got pulled off of the PlayStation collection.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing. Is
yeah.
it they're all going to Xbox, or is it...
It's because Xbox is buying Sega.
Are they going to go to everything? I mean, obviously Xbox courted the Yakuza team to have all their games on Game Pass in the past. Definitely putting a lot of effort into getting a lot of Japanese titles on the service, whether that's...
It's because they sell like shit.
Sales of
They
Xbox
sell like shit in Japan, so yeah, they're trying to up their console sales.
I mean, they're trying to sell Game Pass to Japan, I think, is what the most important thing is. Although Persona is such a huge hit.
Yeah, I feel like Persona is
the West. So.
Yeah, well known everywhere now, especially after 4. I feel like 4 and then especially 5. I don't feel like it...
Especially 5.
Yeah, it's nowhere near like 3. 3 would have still been a niche title. So.
But I think this gives people, access to 4 and 3 in a way that maybe they didn't already. Like, that they haven't had access
Considering
to those
they
games.
only were able to play those on portables, right?
Yeah.
Golden was on
Persona
PC
4
as of last year.
It's on PC, but for as a console player,
For the most part,
you're limited to that. Look, I don't need another excuse to play Persona 5 Royal again because I'll fucking do it. But it's October, so there's a lot of stuff coming out.
I was gonna say I don't have that 100 hours in me.
God, that game's still so good.
But I mean, if you don't want to pay for it, Ash.
Yeah,
hey, Ash could finally play Royal.
Play for Royal, which is the much better version.
Play like the superior version of the game.
Yeah, it's almost been long enough that I've forgotten what happens in the game. So.
And listen to podcasts.
We'll see.
After this. Deep thoughts.
We'll wait to see what happens to PlayStation.
Okay.
PlayStation Plus.
Maybe I could play Persona 3. I've never played that one. Probably not. But if I had wanted to,
apparently it's a different version of Persona.
It's the best one.
Well, apparently there's give and take between the two.
Okay. Well, from what I've heard, I've mostly seen people say it plays a lot better. So I don't know. Anyway, it's the same as like Persona 4 is the PSP version, or the Vita version.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Golden. Yeah.
So I played that. I played Royal. Haven't played Persona 3. So, and then Kojima showed up. So the long rumored Kojima game team up with Xbox that everyone, including I'm pretty sure Ash, was saying would never happen, is confirmed. So the one thing that's been quite funny, there's not much to discuss here because Kojima literally shows up and goes, "Hey, making a game, love Cloud, ages away though."
This is the wrestling equivalent of the entrance music hit. Kojima came and stood at the entrance ramp, kind of posed for a second. It cut to commercial and he walked off, and it was
it ended the show. That was the end of the show. He shows up.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, so after this, like, there's been so much. People have been like starting these like tantrums over this, like Sony fuckboys, like tantrums over this stuff. The Kojima Productions Twitter account, at least like an hour or so before we started recording, had to like put out like several tweets being like, we will still continue and like working with PlayStation and stuff. So they never said like 100% like, we have a game in works, but I'm pretty sure reading between the lines, it's not like they have Kojima doesn't have an exclusive deal with Xbox for all his games. He is making an Xbox exclusive game, but he could still be making Death Stranding 2. Well, we know he's making Death Stranding 2, and that's probably going to be a PlayStation game. And whatever he's making with Xbox is probably going to be an Xbox exclusive or a timed Xbox exclusive, but it's going to come to PC anyway. You know that for sure. Whatever. The man's free to do whatever he wants. Y'all can bloody calm down.
I don't know what the cloud what is the cloud going to do?
Similar to the biggest example of cloud technology Xbox has and what it does is Microsoft Flight Simulator. So that game uses the cloud for a lot, like as far as using the cloud for like software based processing.
It's what they used to
stuff.
Provide a lot of the real time weather effects and real time map data and information.
So yeah,
look, I just want to complain about one thing. Xbox is supposed to be my last bastion of no bullshit cryptic fucking trailers, and now he's there. Okay, he didn't do it this time, but there'll be a next time, and there'll be a time after that, and then you know what, there'll also be a time after that, and then one last time after that, and then we'll get the game, and I'm not here for that.
I mean, they kind of did him dirty, right? You know, when he came to PlayStation, you know, they give him a big entrance, you know, big glowing staircase to walk down. It's like,
there's only so much you could do via video, though. They weren't gonna ship a staircase to his office building and be like,
you could have done a hype video or something, like hype him up. You know?
I mean, the man literally just come off a game where he invented a genre, and now he's out here doing a video saying he's gonna do a game that's never been seen before again. So he's setting himself up to fail. He's just constantly inventing genres.
I don't like the precedents as his sets that if you look in the background of shots in the showcases, you'll see clues as to who's coming down the line. I don't like it.
I mean, why? Was he in the back of... Was there...
Back in the day, there was the statue of the Kojima game
the
statue
Spaceman
thing.
statue.
Oh. I didn't realise.
You just don't remember. You definitely realised.
Oh, I must have forgotten. Then we got Starfield. End of the show. No release date, of course. It's coming next year.
The most anticipated open world RPG of the last 20 years.
I feel like that is highly excessive, but Big Toddy was on stage. Let's just get straight into it. So they did have gameplay. That's cool. Gameplay's cool and everything. Really does look like Elder Scrolls, but in space, which I guess is what everyone wants.
It looks like No Man's Sky with plot.
Yep.
And NPCs.
Before we go deep dives, I just want to do roundtable this. Overall impressions on Skyfall has you feeling hyped, shrug.
Overall pressures on. Sorry.
Skyfall, great movie.
Oh.
Skyfall is a fantastic James Bond movie. It is probably up there, probably the best Daniel Craig one.
That's true. Starfield,
so beautiful.
There we go.
Starfield. Overall thoughts. Super. How are you feeling? Like, if one word, how would you describe your feeling after the gameplay, Ash? Loved it.
Optimistic?
Okay.
I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
One word. Shut up. Optimistic. Kieran.
I don't know how to feel about
That's
this
one
game.
word. That's more. That's
That's
like 10.
not one.
That is literally like 10 words. One word. How do you feel about it?
Confused.
What are you doing? One word.
Disappointed.
Wow.
Disappointed.
Yeah.
What for you? What could they have done to impress you or to?
Show me something I haven't seen. This is the, oh my god, we're going to change the genre. We're going to reinvent the genre. This is what they...
The thing is, I don't think
it was ever built as that.
Yes, it has been.
I think it has been built as that,
Yeah.
but I don't think they can show that in this.
Maybe
I don't think they can show that in a trailer. I don't I don't. So
They can't
fun
show
fact,
you in 15 minutes why it's revolutionary and like.
Yeah, I don't know. Like right, so
disagree. Yeah.
fun fact. Right now, I'm playing No Man's Sky.
Fun fact.
And I'm enjoying No Man's Sky. Like, it is a lot more varied and a lot more robust than it was on launch. But my biggest problem with No Man's Sky is every world just feels kind of empty and repetitive and lack of exploration and interest, and there's a lack of devoid of stories. There is stories, there's missions you can do, but there's just a lack of variety in the worlds. You know, one planet's going to be like the same planet, but it's going to have scary storms on it, and this planet's going to be similar, but it's going to be cold. It's
You're going to get a lot of
gonna be
that.
green.
You're going to get a lot of that in this game, though. That's the thing.
yes, getting onto that point with them announcing that there's going to be 1,000.
It's 1,000 planets.
in this
There's
game.
100% going to be some level of procedural generation in that because
Yes.
they're not handcrafting 1,000 planets. That's ridiculous.
Yes,
To
but
be fair, there could be 1,000 planets. Not all of them will be habitable. You know.
No, there will be certain planets like the major cities and stuff that'll be handcrafted, but I feel like outside that, there's going to be.
But I feel like even having the major cities are going to be handcrafted and having more characters in it, I think that will push the envelope and it will change how we look at this game. I think the space customization stuff is exciting. Like the spaceship customization is exciting. I think the level of depth in this game should be good. It's just they haven't fully presented it, and I think it's very hard for them to present that.
Yeah. Ash, what do you say confused?
No,
I
said
said optimistic.
Optimistic.
You know,
What has you
it could be
optimistic?
good. I mean, you know, it is kind of what I want. It's Fallout meets No Man's Sky. You know, if it is just an adventure where you go out, you can collect resources, you can like be a whatever kind of space person you want to be. The occasional like factions, missions you have to do. Otherwise, you can go explore some random planet, like shoot a bunch of dudes. You know, and then I can put it down. Don't have to play for a couple of months. Do something else, then come back to it. Then like get back into my spaceship and do random shit. You know, I don't. I think it's definitely going to be a game that people devote hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours into. Probably even more than
Look,
the game.
this game's going to sell like gangbusters no matter what, even if it looked like.
I mean, it's not going to sell like gangbusters because it's coming out on Xbox Game Pass. But yeah, I think people will play a lot of it. You know, they'll be exploring and stuff all over the place. You know, I mean, as long as I think you only got a like small glimpse of like the narrative of the game. If they give a little bit more character idea, how much of these crew members actually going to be actual people and not just random NPCs with like 6 lines of dialogue. It just depends on how much is crafted and how much is just procedurally generated.
Here's my awful problem.
But the combat looks fine.
Yeah.
And spaceships look cool.
Space customization, the spaceship customization, I think was the high point for me from the trailer. I thought that stuff looked really, like having that level of customization over the ship, I think is really cool. I think that's the best thing in here.
Mm-hmm.
My major problem with this is something that I think any other developer I would give the benefit of the doubt to. I think there are a lot of glaring issues in this, and saying any variation of it's okay the game's not out for a while. Would work for any other developer, but Bethesda for me. I've been through this so many times now, where I watch a trailer for one of their games. It's 6 months, whatever, plus before release. You go, oh, there's frame rate issues. Oh, there's this issue. It'll be fixed before release. And guess what?
It's fine, Dylan. Nobody cares about frame rates.
It's not fixed before release. So there is frame rate issues in this. There is weird character issues, face issues going on. There is some weird...
That's just what people look like, Dylan.
No,
people have weird faces.
No. So all of these...
In space, they do.
No, that's not the thing. Yeah. These are all issues to me. And yeah, look, I would like to go... Hopefully they're fixed. Do I have faith that this developer will fix them before they release the game? No, I do not. And I think I have very good reason to say that because they've lost...
That's fair.
They have lost that
That's fair.
faith with me.
That's fair. But you can also be optimistic from
but
somebody else's point of view.
I'm not. I'm not optimistic.
But I think there is a...
If you don't care about those graphical things.
But I do.
No, I think the thing is, right, I think they could, there is the potential for them to surprise you and fix those things.
Yeah, there is always the potential. But do I believe that? No. There's always the potential, sure. Do I believe in that potential? No.
No.
Can't wait for the game to come out and I fucking wear the wrong hat to a village and break the whole fucking game.
But like, I think somebody, I can't remember who, they said like, I feel for all the wiki and like
guides, writers and stuff like that.
Sites. Yeah, they're going to be messed up. And you can imagine we're not going to get codes for this until like day before, right? Nobody's going to get codes for this.
Bethesda barely gives out codes for the games anyway, so...
I mean, it's Xbox now, so...
That's true. Yeah, but they still run separately, so...
The publishing,
publishing and stuff, so...
So, yeah, nobody's going to have a review for this until like 6 months later, so...
Yeah. Maybe the next day.
Well, at least not a review you should believe in.
Yeah. Played half an hour, it's great. Love it. 10 out of 10. Yeah, I mean, I'm optimistic that I could come around to being a lot more interested, and it's not that I think it looks bad or anything. Like I think it looks fine, if as bad as that sounds. Like I just like I'm not going to pretend to be excited for the sake of joining in everyone else's hype. Like I need to get on my own hype train. Everyone else being hyped just over this doesn't do it for me. Like there's nothing. It looked like Skyrim and Fallout in space, which I know is the thing where everyone's like, well, that's exactly what I want. That's fine. If that's all it takes to get you aboard the hype train for this game, that's fine. That's how you feel. For me, I needed something a little bit more because they have disappointed me so much after the last 3 releases. And then I have something like Outer Worlds where it doesn't have 1,000 planets. It has 10. But the story in that and less. The story in that, the characters in that, the world, the gun, that game was fucking great, right? So more is less often. And saying things like 1,000 planets, all these customizations. I think
you mean less is more.
Less is more, yes. So that game I really liked, right? So I think all of us really like that game. I don't actually know if Kieran ever finished it, but all of us like that game. That was a really good game in the style of this sort of game. And it was a space game. There's certain things in that you couldn't do, like you couldn't customize your ship, you couldn't drive your ship, whatever else, all these sorts of things. But you did the typical things of you gather your crew and all that sort of stuff. But the characters were really great, and the dialogue was really great. Pravati, that's our go-to girl.
Pravati,
we loved her story.
Yeah.
So, I've experienced. The problem is now that there are other developers doing Bethesda-like games better than they do them. So I need them to step up. Because just doing their typical shit is not going to impress me anymore. And throwing out things like 1,000 planets, I don't care what game you are, that's not going to super impress me either. 1,000 planets, cool. What, 90% of them are just, as you were saying for No Man's Sky before, majority of them are just going to be nothings anyway. So how's that impress me? It doesn't. So, yeah, this looks fine. It looks exactly like what I thought it was going to be when everyone was getting hyped off fucking nothing. If you want to look, at least now, if people have watched this and they go, man, I'm excited. I'm like, that's fine. At least I know that you've actually seen gameplay. Because when everyone was getting excited off a fucking teaser trailer without seeing anything, I was like, what? You're getting excited for a teaser trailer from a developer who consistently puts out buggy ass games. Let's
Dylan, the most anticipated open world RPG in the last 20 years.
Fucking That's incorrect. That was Elden Ring.
I would agree, probably.
Yeah, I mean, like, Elden Ring was constantly teased out. It wasn't fucking Starfield, so.
Yeah. Do you reckon Star Citizen is worried about this?
That game, man.
To be honest, right, I think Star Citizen should be worried about No Man's Sky.
I think Star Citizen should be worried about being sued by someone for never releasing. How about that?
Like it's. I've been talking to a friend who she's like, "Oh, this sounds like No Man's Sky. This sounds like Star Citizen." I'm like, "Yeah, it's Star Citizen, but I paid $40 for it. Like, I didn't have to pay $200 plus for a fucking ship."
Love that for them. All right, that's everything from Microsoft's conference. Now, I want to run out and give some shout outs to some games.
What do you think they'll show at the extended showcase they're doing?
So
Just Forza,
Grounded, stuff that's coming out in the next 6 months that they've got gameplay for.
Okay.
That's what I would assume. No Starfield, none of that. Maybe
Redfall,
maybe Redfall. You could be surprised by Redfall, but I'd say Redfall over Starfield. That's for sure. I think Redfall comes out before Starfield. Okay. So, if I had to guess, but yeah, I was assuming Forza and like some of those things where you could definitely go a bit deeper on them. Yeah. The Pentative Man. Those sorts of ones, yeah. All right, so a couple of it. So we got Guerrilla Collective also happened, Wholesome Direct also happened, Future Game Show also happened, and PC Gaming Show also happened. Not going to go over all of them. It'll take way too long. I've made a list here of stuff I liked. Ash has too. We're just going to shout out to some games because these are little known ones that you may have missed. So these are the ones that we're suggesting you check out from some of these smaller shows. So the first one I had down here was The Last Worker. This is a VR game. Has a great voice cast. Funny premise. Where's the fucking full? So it's Jason Isaacs, Claire Hope Ashady, Tommy Earl Jenkins, Oliver Dari Oliverson? I don't actually know. David Hewlett and Zelda Williams in her first video game voicing role. But yeah, so you play as like someone that's working for Amazon in the future, basically, I guess is what the go is here. But it's quite a funny trailer. Like it's got someone like investigating the place, and then you're on a like you're playing this character on like a forklift thing, getting out boxes and packing them, and you've got a almost GLaDOS voice in the background saying terrible things. Like it has that dark sense of funny little humor, and I appreciated it. I thought it was a really well put together trailer and stuff. Did you watch this one, Ash?
Yeah, I did. I didn't see this trailer.
Okay. Was there a different one?
The one I did just involved him taking a piss.
Oh, no.
Or trying to take a piss, but the robot was looking at him and he just didn't feel comfortable.
No, this is a way better trailer than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's similar kind of thing. Yeah, like exploring. I don't know what the actual gameplay is like. I'm assuming some sort of mystery, like what is actually happening at this factory. Or
yeah, I mean, it's
like
because it's a VR game. It's going to be like, you know, you sort of pushed along a path.
Oh, yeah, that's
and
the other thing. Yeah,
like there's not going to be super in depth. It's just going to be a story, sort of narrative driven thing. But that looks cool. It's coming to, I think at the end it says PlayStation VR. So I'm going to say it's PSVR 2, to be honest, and MetaQuest 2 and everything like that. So because it does look way better than a PSVR game would. Then also Wholesome Direct was shout out. WrestleQuest got a developer commentary video that was quite good. I saw a bunch of people tweeting out because they hadn't seen the game previously or hadn't paid attention to it coming out, and they explained like the gameplay a bit more and how they have all these sort of 80s legends in the game. A lot of them being voiced by themselves and stuff like that, or the ones that are alive, I guess. Yeah. Stuff like that. But yeah, I feel like if you're a wrestling fan, WrestleQuest should 100% be on your radar because it's being made by people who you can tell have a passion for wrestling, especially that late 80s, early 90s era of WWF or WCW. So I'm very keen for this. I've been keen since we talked about it like months ago, but I thought I'd shout that out for being here as well.
Yeah. So there's a demo out on Steam that you can play. I put like an hour, I want to say.
Oh, you played it?
It's a lengthy demo.
You played it, fucking hell.
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah, I like it. I stopped because it's a long demo, and I'm like, I'm just gonna have to restart again.
Did you play enough to the point that you're like, I just want to play this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. There's a lot of interesting ideas. Like you actually have to pin your opponents. Like, and there's a whole pinning mechanic. Like even if you get knocked out, you could also like kick out if you like. There's like a timing thing. But the thing I found amusing that I didn't realize before was all the characters in the game are action figures.
Yeah. Well, they look like action figures. Yeah.
No, they are action figures.
Oh, are they? Okay, I didn't know that then.
They're all toys in the game.
Okay. I thought that was just the art design. They all looked like toys, but
nope.
Okay, that's funny. So then we get into the wholesome direct. First thing I've got here is melatonin. I think you added this one, did you? No, I added this one. Sorry,
nope.
No, I
didn't.
To be honest, some of these I may forget the name until I click on it and be like, "Oh, that's someone." That's why I added it. So melatonin. This was one they showed right at the end of the show. It's a bunch of mini games, rhythm mini games, but the art style is absolutely hectic. It looks very silly. I just like the music. It looked like a chill time. I like rhythm games. Bunch of different mini rhythm games with a silly sense of humor. Looks like something I'd want to play. So if any of that sounds like your sort of thing, check out the trailer for that one. Then we got Chicken Journey. So this is a side-scrolling platformer, I guess is the easiest way to describe it. You play as a chicken. I really like the pixely art sort of thing. Chicken talks to a bunch of different animals in this, having a great old time. I don't know if there's actually any combat. It just looks like it's adventuring, but
platform.
Good, yeah, platforming and chicken. All about it. Give it to me. Looks fun. Then we got, what else I put here? Fall of the Porcupine. So this is I actually don't know what the gameplay is for this one, to be completely honest. All I know is the trailer. I like the art style, right? Character design's cool. You got this Porcupine who's a doctor. And it's like running along through like all these different levels and stuff. And you can see there's parts where they could interact with stuff like talk to characters or look at things. So I think it is just like an adventure game. But yeah, it's a porcupine doctor. He's got like a little trench coat on. I don't know. I just thought it was cute. I watched the trailer. I'm like, this is cute. I want to play this. I like this character design. But it's the wholesome director. I mean, a lot of the things I'm like, that's cute. I want to play it. But I like the general art direction for this one. So there's that. They have Love Burb. I've had a bad run because I got excited for Skate Burb, and then that let me down. But this is a skateboard. This is not skateboard. This is a bird dating game. And then when you when you get into the like dating parts, it's like a dancing mini game thing you do because like
it's a rhythm thing.
Yeah, a rhythm thing to do like to impress the other bird to see if they go on a date with you. So if you are successful, the heart meter at the top goes up, and if you're not successful, then the heart meter goes down, and then you can see in the trailer where the bird gets sad at you. So rhythm. Birds dating, I'm all about it. Give it to me. Then we've got, what was the next one? Paper Animal RPG. So this looks, I really like the art style on this one as well. So this is like a isometric game, but I don't know how else to describe the art. You sort of have to look at it to see yourself, because it's that whole thing where it's like sort of looks like it's built on like a board game. And like the characters are...
It's like a Paper Mario.
Yeah, Paper Mario. That would probably be a good way to go. But yeah. So it looks open world. You have like characters like down the bottom watching you is a weird thing. But the combat is turn-based, tactical sort of thing. Like you don't enter the battles. It just sort of happens live and whatever else. But I like the art direction. This style of game is something I could definitely get into. Looks cool. Definitely... keep my eye out on that one. A bunch of animal stuff is what the going theme is here. I skipped all the farming stuff from the Wholesome Direct. I'm like, what games do I like? I like all the ones with the animals. And that continues with the last game I put on here from the Wholesome Direct, which is Little Bear Chef, which is a cooking game where you play as a cute little bear. Except for, I mean, look, to be honest, if you watch this trailer and it doesn't tickle your little cutie's bone, I just think you're I don't know. You need to get help.
I mean, I didn't watch the Wholesome Direct, but I did see an image of this on Twitter, but it's the image of the little bear holding a knife staring at
Yeah, okay. Maybe not if you just saw that part.
The Ratatouille, yeah. So again, that was my first impression.
I don't really know what the gameplay is. I assume it's like a bunch of mini games and stuff like that. All I know is the bear's cute. I like the trailer. It looks fun. I'm keen. Lots of these little games where I'm like, if this is like a couple hours, perfect. This looks fun. Good time. Then we move into the future game show. So first trailer I've got here is Lost in Play. So this is again, very unique art style. I don't actually know. don't know, it's like a comic book, I guess. It looks like, yeah, they say here, I was trying to think of that show, but they've got it here. If you like the animation series Gravity Falls or Over the Garden Wall, you're going to love Lost in Play, is what they've wrote here. Gravity Falls is exactly, I think, the type of animation most people would see. I think this is just a narrative-driven, like, adventure game again. Lots of really great design and stuff like that, and it looks super fun. I like the characters, like the trailer. Trailer looks like a lot of fun. Don't really know what I'm doing in the game. Don't know if I need to be honest. Looks cool. I'm down. Then we got... I think I only had 2 here from this one, did I? Oh, I didn't put the trailer here, but Tiny Kin got a August 30th release date. They shouted that out. I talked about this on that game on here previously where I played it. It's like the Pikmin-esque one where you like collect the...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And, yeah, so that's what that is. So that's coming out officially August 30th. I'm keen to play that. I really enjoyed what I played of the demo for that one. And then Ash just chucked in the trailer for Power World here, even though I was like, I hate everything about this. But yeah, are you memeing?
I don't particularly interesting. I just think it's a bonkers trailer. Yep. This is the game that all the people who want Pokemon to be a crazy open RPG, this is that game.
I just don't understand, like...
to the extreme.
Do people actually, like, think this will be good? Because I don't think it looks good. It looks like a joke that's gone too far to me. Like,
yes, I think that's definitely what it is, but, you know.
Can a joke go too far, you know?
It just...
Yes.
Sometimes it's the joke not gone as far as it should be going.
No, I definitely think it's gone too far because it looks ridiculous. It looks ridiculous.
I mean, there's elements that look cool.
For some people, the Fast and Furious franchise has gone too far.
Sure.
I mean...
And it's ridiculous.
I mean, this game has bootleg Pokemon doing... you know, making guns. So I mean, in a labor factory. So I mean,
yeah, that's fair.
In my opinion, that's going a bit too far. And also a bootleg Pokemon being shoved in a.
You don't think if there's
launcher.
guns in the Pokemon world, Team Rocket isn't just doing that already? Sweatshop in Pokemon.
For sure they are.
There's a lot of shooting Pokemon creatures in this.
They just haven't invented Pokeballs, you know.
No, they've got Pokeballs.
No, they have Pokeballs. They capture the wannabe Pokemon and stuff in this. But that's what I don't get. Like, it's a Pokemon game, but all of a sudden they have a gun. I'm like, what? I don't know. There's so much happening in this game. I really don't believe this is real, but it is apparently. So. Then moving into the last show, one shout out. So PC gaming show. The first trailer here I want to shout out is Rotwood. So this is from the developers of Don't Starve. Again, I really like the art style. Again, it's somehow a bunch of animals or animal-like things for the most part. Probably the enemies look like fruit in this or something like that. But it's a beat 'em up. So you can play this with friends and everything. But I really like the art style. Just a straight up beat 'em up. Nothing too fancy, I guess. But yeah, I like that genre. And I like the art style here. Looks like a cartoon come to life. Really different from given the developer, but yeah. Early access is coming at some point in the future, so they fuck at the end of the trailer. Like it says 20 something, and then it keeps jumping around numbers. So
20 question mark.
2020 question mark. System Shock System Shock Remake. Got a in-depth trailer and interview segment during PC Gaming Showcase. It looks really fucking good. Like if you compare how good like this game to the original, it is shocking how big this game. And this game's been in development for ages. And it just keeps looking better and better and better. And it's I really think more people should. The funny thing to me is I just don't get why more people don't care about this, because this is before Bioshock, there was System Shock, and this is the game that sort of started it all, and now it's being remade and it looks really fucking cool. But I feel like there's a lot less people talking about this. I mean, it's not like major, everything looks. It doesn't look like it was made today, but it still looks really good, I think. So I'm keen for this. I think I never actually played. I've tried playing the second one. I haven't finished it. I've never tried playing the first one though, so keen for this. Immortality got a reveal during the PC gaming show. So this is the next game from what's his name? Sam. Yeah, Sam Barlow. Right, that's the name. I don't fully understand what is happening in this game. It is really hard to understand. So in the trailer, they go across a piece of film, they rewind the film, they zoom in on a cross. The cross then goes to a bunch of photographs on the wall that are looking like a cross. Then they play with this video footage and they zoom in on this one girl's face and she changes into another girl and so on and so forth. Like, it's all this footage merging together. Now, obviously the game's a puzzle game. I just don't fully understand like how it's all coming together. It's intense. And I mean, this is Sam Barlow's sort of genre, is making like just insane shit you've never seen before in the like with all this stuff. And I don't know. I'm keen to see how this all comes together. It's a very unique concept, I think. It's a very good trailer, I think, also, because I find it hard to believe you could watch this and not be like, what the fuck is going on? Like, maybe you don't want to play it, but it's at least like, how's any of this working? Like, I don't fully understand.
Yeah, it's again, this was another one that featured the Tribeca spotlight.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's based around Marissa Marcel, who was a real person. These are real movies. She shot 3 movies over 3 decades. None of them got released. And they've got all the footage for this and then sort of
made it
weaved
into
them
this
together for something.
Yeah, somehow.
And then she disappeared as the other thing.
Yeah, so you're trying to... Yeah, I think part of the game is looking for clues
trying to figure out who she is. Yeah. I don't know. It's a crazy idea. I'm excited to see what other people think of it.
Yes. Well, I mean, I don't think Sam Barlow's... all Sam Barlow games people love, right? I'm pretty sure. I don't think he's put out a bad game so far. Pretty sure? I don't feel like anyone's said anything bad about any of the games. Then you've put in a...
I'm sure they do.
Probably, yeah. I'm sure someone does. Then you've chucked in a trailer here for Tactical Breach Wizards. Do you want to explain what this one is?
Yeah, so it's a tactical game where you play wizards who like go into rooms and take out enemies. It's like your tactical SWAT team of go into a building to clear.
Aura from that other wizarding world.
No, but well, I guess kind of. But you're taking out like police and like soldiers.
Why do they have guns?
So it seems like.
Well, they staves.
I don't think they've got guns.
Like
they've got
staves.
like wands and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got staves and using magic and shit. So, I think it looks interesting. I'm into those tactical kind of games.
Yeah, I could be into this if it's good. I feel like it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to tell from trailers if the games actually play well. Is the problem. But yeah.
And I like some of the Cuba in the trailer in that as well. So
yeah, it shows them.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Talking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then the final trailer in here is you chucked this one in too.
Yes.
The Alters.
So this is the Alters, which is from the team who did This War Is Mine and what was the other one?
Don't know. I know that one.
Frostpunk.
Oh,
they did Frostpunk as well.
2 very happy games.
Yeah.
2 very happy games. Yeah. It's just a CGI trailer where a character wakes up in a room, comes out, finds a dead clone of himself, and then it's filled with a room of other clones of himself. They're not clones;
shit.
they're alternate versions of himself.
Oh shit!
So you have to try and survive on this planet somehow. The only way to survive is by creating alternate versions of yourself with different skill sets.
So happy.
It's a whole mystery, like thriller kind of thing. I think it looks it's an interesting premise.
It's an interesting premise. I need to see
good
something
try.
there. I guess it's a
gameplay.
It'll be a tactics game though, right? Anyway, so presumably.
No idea.
Yeah.
No, it does. I don't think it's a tactics game. I think it's probably like a narrative adventure game.
Yeah. Let's see if it's got a Steam page
Yeah.
up. I wonder if that says.
It says psychological adventure, futuristic, story-rich survival.
Yeah, they don't really say hey. It just says
No.
it's a game. Well done. Yep.
But the pedigree's there, so
Yeah, sure. Yeah. All right. That is.
And again, I'd say check out the Tribeca Spotlight. I think
Yep.
all the games in that are really great.
Yeah. In fact, they're part of a.
Especially American Arcadia.
Yep.
That was really interesting and got more information out of that.
There was.
Where it's
Yeah, the video they showed at one of these, I didn't think was as good. I can't remember which one, but it had a Future Game Show or something like that. I think maybe it had like a couple minute bit, but I didn't think that was as good. So
yeah, the one at the Spotlight gave a bit more in depth where you obviously play the like a 2D like side scrolling sections with the dude who's actually in the world, but then you also have like a first person like hacking kind of thing when you're playing the person who's helping him escape.
Okay.
So yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you for joining us for this bonus episode of Arcade Couch. After all the Xbox Bethesda, our favourites from Guerrilla Collective, PC Gaming, Wholesome Games, Future Game Show, we will briefly go over, I think there's...
Can I say too many? Too many.
Too many games. There's not enough games.
Too many showcases.
Showcases.
Spread them out. You don't need them all in the same
We've
weekend.
had this problem for a while now. But yeah, so later this week there's Overwatch thing, the Xbox thing I think is... No, is that next week? Fuck, I can't keep up actually. Who knows?
Is the Final Fantasy thing this week?
Final Fantasy thing I think might be this week. Anyway, talk about more.
Capcom things this week, right?
There's stuff happening for the next couple months. Annapurna announced something for July. Gamescom's in August. Like, there's still stuff happening. So, anyway, thank you for joining us. Don't forget to check out explosionhour.com. Follow all of our Twitter, explosionhour.com/Twitter, explosionhour.com/Discord. To join our Discord, come let us know what your favorite games are, have been from any of the showcases we've discussed. And we'll see you on Monday next week for a regularly scheduled episode of Arcade Couch. Goodbye.